Hello and welcome. I'm Bob Campbell and this is The Real Review. With me today is Hiro Kusuda, who will be well known to many wine enthusiasts both here and overseas. Hiro is the proprietor, owner, winemaker, everything really, at Kusuda Wines, which is a small but beautifully formed winery in Martinborough. Hiro, congratulations on achieving fourth place in our top wineries list for 21. I'm going to start with what inspired you to be a winemaker, become a winemaker?
When I was young, I had a chance to taste a few alcoholic beverages, and their taste was horrible for me, and I hated it. And then at some stage, when I was, I think, 18, I started to live with my brother in Tokyo when I started my uni. And one night he gave me a glass of German sweet wine, and I sipped it, and instantly, it's not bad. And that was the first time I thought alcohol is not necessarily horribly tasting material. And that was great wine. And that just sparked my interest into what is wine. So, and then that was a start. And to be honest, that was not Liebfraumilch, but it was a cheap German Spätlese. And if I'm shown that label today and offered a glass, I'd probably politely decline.
With Pinot Noir, what are you trying to achieve? Do you have a sort of a goal, a vision of a style, or is it just what the vineyard gives you?
Yep, and also, it's a bit of both. Of course, the climate changes are a matter, but I'm still sort of observing as you mentioned, what the climate or the environment or the conditions of Martinborough would give me. And also from my side, of course, as a Japanese, I have very different view or interpretation of flavors. And so if I could combine these, and then if I could make something slightly unique, maybe achievable to something I'm trying to realize, something slightly different from my colleagues, I would say. And if people can taste that, something different interpretation, maybe if they could taste in my bottle, that would be
I think your wines have got I think they are different. I think they have a uniqueness about them, and I think they've got this purity, this etherealness, which I really love. I've tasted very little aged Kusuda wines, but greatly enjoyed a 2013 Kusuda Pinot Noir recently, and I thought it was really spectacular. And is an ability to age well, is that important to you?
That would be bonus. Yeah. Not necessarily. I'm not necessarily pursuing the aging potential as number one or high priority.
Right.
It'd be nice if that comes around even after 10 or 15 years, and if the wine is still good, then But one thing I'm trying to reduce the negativity in flavor. So sorting, that's one of those. I'm just not trying to add, rather I'm trying to reduce negative.
Right. I understand. Yeah.
So I'd rather, I'd be happy if I could achieve something with less, maybe less component, maybe slightly less alcohol, maybe less help or residual sugar. Because of course, I want those positive factors of wine, but I also find if that positive factors are enhanced by the lack of negative flavors.
Do you have a favourite vintage for Pinot Noir? Is there, if you look back at your Martinborough, is there a vintage that jumps out?
So 2008 was the first vintage I really sort of started to do things with my own way, only but partially. One was to pick. One batch was picked a bit early in 2008. I think one batch, maybe 20%, maybe a quarter of the whole production was picked probably a week earlier than I would have in the previous years. And that has given me some confidence. When I tasted that wine, maybe 2 or 3 years later, which means around 2010, and then I found that, okay, I could do things differently from to the other, or kind of the way the traditional, not traditional, but let's say standard way the people are doing around here.
Oh, thank you for that. I'm afraid we're just about out of time, so it's great to see you. Great to see you looking so good and fit. Thank you very much for taking the time out to have this talk, and good luck with the 22 vintage.
Thank you for inviting me, and also for the real review. And I'm still pinching myself that if I see Kusuda is ranked in number 4 amongst those really big names. Thank you.